Commenting off. Alright guys, so we're there. We're going to wait a couple of minutes before we're at 9:30 and we're going to start this live takeover of the Fit&Well Instagram. And so today the plan is for us to go through our Capo flow workout, which is one of the wild training systems. But I'll just leave it one more minute because we're supposed to be kicking off at 9:30. And yeah, just wanted to log on to turn the comments off, because I think sometimes that gets in the way of what's going on the camera. So this is going to be a workout that hopefully you guys can follow along to, or you can catch it up on the Fit&Well Instagram if you catch it later on, and give this workout a go. Nearly there, guys. One more minute, and then we'll get cooking. All right, 9:30. Game on. So today we're going to be going through one of my favorite workouts. So Capoeira is a Brazilian dancing martial art, and it's something that we've adapted so that maybe there's a more simple way for people to enjoy the benefits of something like Capoeira with a little bit of kind of core conditioning and mobility training built into it. So Capo Flow is a class that I've been running since about 2013, and it's one of those systems that's really helped me with my mobility. It's a great system for developing your cardio and your coordination, and for toning up for a lot of reasons. So we're just going to get straight into it. It's a bodyweight workout, so you don't need any equipment to join in. We're going to go through a warm-up. We're going to go through some of the fundamental kind of techniques around some of the kicks. I'm going to show you maybe a more traditional conditioning sequence, which is something that we can build up and see where we can kind of take it. And then I'm going to show you some of our cap core conditioning, which is something we build into the classes to make sure there's an element of kind of conditioning, floor-based conditioning, that maybe has a little bit more power incorporated into it. Whereas a lot of core conditioning sometimes is more static or slow kind of movement based. So with a little bit more power, we can have a little bit more fun, hopefully. So after that, we'll hit a little bit of a cool down, and this is going to be a 30-minute session. So yeah, hopefully you guys are going to get a lot from this Fit&Well takeover. And then obviously any feedback, any questions, we can fire them off at the end. And yeah, I'll try and catch up with you guys on the Instagram post that follow this workout. So with the warm-up, I tend to hit for my Capoeira warm-up to try and build some of the fundamentals of the kind of Capoeira kind of sequences in. So we just start with some kind of reaches to the ceiling, and this is just a nice way of kind of stretching out your back, stretching out your shoulders. You see how I turn my arm out as I stretch up, and my opposite elbow is being pulled down. So it just encourages your shoulder blades to rotate really nicely. Knees are soft, and try to really reach up as high as I can, just to kind of lengthen out through the shoulders. Once you've done that, we're going to take it to a basic stance. So this is where I'm going to have my left leg back and my left hand up. My right hand just drops down by my side. And this is kind of a sway posture in Capoeira, is what they call a jingo. And this is how they move. So one of the iconic things about Capoeira is you're always moving. So from this stance, left leg back, left hand up, I'm going to take my left leg across, almost like into a wide squat. And then I take my hands across my face, so I'm kind of keeping my guard up. And then I swap my arms over and my leg over. So now my right leg is back and my right hand is up. And I'll sway, we just have to keep that moving. So as part of our warm-up, let's go through that kind of lateral movement. I'm staying relatively low. I'm keeping that guard in front of my face. I've always got at least one hand by my face. So you see it's nice and light. And one of the fundamentals of the sway is I always want to keep my weight on my front leg. Okay, and the reason for that is the action. You know, if I'm going to throw a kick, that's always going to come from my back leg. And so if we keep the weight on our front leg, it means it's nice and easy, nice and fast for me to kind of move from side to side. And this is why it's such a good way of building a bit of cardio into a sport-based system, because we're always moving. That's why we kind of call it Capo Flow. It's a very fluid class, okay? So from here, take a wide stance. As part of our warm-up, we're going to do a Capoeira, which is like a chair stance, essentially. Very similar to the core stance you've done in martial arts. Guard up, I'm going to drop my armpit down to my thigh, and I've still got that arm above my head, guarding. Pop back to the center, so I'm isolating my hips in the middle, and then I bounce to the other side. And this is just a really nice position for warming up your hips, strengthening the hips, but mobilizing the middle of your body, so your trunk. Obviously that's where we get a lot of tension in our body. From there I can bounce straight back up into my sway, and we start to move. And so this is where you can see this sway is a fundamental part of the class. It's one of the things we have to master. But once you get into the idea that whichever leg is back, that's the hand that's going to be guarding your face, it starts to really help you sequence all the kicks, the different kind of positions we're going to play around. So one of the other warm-ups I like to build in, if I stop with my left leg back, my left hand up, we're going to pivot out. So I'm side on, and I sit down into a squat. From there, I'm going to pivot to face the camera, and I'm basically in a kind of lunge stance where my knee is just off the floor. I've still got that guard by my face, and I'm resting a bit of weight on that back hand. From there, I can roll backwards into what we call a negativa position. And this is where we can just get a cheeky stretch down the hamstring. I'll just lean forward a little bit, put it side onto the camera. You see, I'm kind of sat almost on my heel, but the heel's up in the air. And we're just trying to get a little bit of mobility into the hamstring before we get cooking. You have to try and reach right forward. I'm not trying to pop a hamstring or anything. From there, you're going to bend the knee, drop yourself all the way down. This is negativa solo. It's one of the other positions that play around with the capoeira. And from there, we repeat the sequence. So we come forward into that basic lunge. We pivot out into the squat. Pivot up into our sway. Now we're going to do 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 5 we stop. And we do that same sequence on the other side. So we pivot out, drop into that squat, pivot into the lunge, plant the hand, keep that guard up. From there I rock back, and now I'm in that negativa, where I just get to sink into that gentle hamstring stretch. And it just means that when we start to throw some of the kicks, I've got a little bit of mobility in that hamstring when we're warmed up. It's nice to mobilize the Achilles in this position as well, the bottom of your calf. From there, we lean to the side, into that negativa solo. It's just where we're trying to get as low to the floor as we can. Pop back up, back into the lunge when my knees are off the floor. Pivot out into the squat, pivot to the face front, begin to rock from side to side. And so the last warm-up that I like to build into is, now this is essentially like a cartwheel practice. And there's loads of cartwheels in capoeira, and so we like to try and build them into some of our sequences. So if I start with my right leg back and my right hand up, I'm going to lunge out to the side. I'm going to plant my right hand behind my leg, and this left hand is able to go over the top. From there, I'm going to plant it, so I'm still going to look at you guys through the hole in my arms, and then I extend all the way up nice and high. Now ideally, you're going to take that bottom foot so the heel is off the ground. I'm just trying to create the longest line I can, find a little bit of weight in my arms, and now we're going to drop back down into that same balance. Okay, from there I can push back up from the bent leg, straight into my sway. 3 steps, 1, 2, and 3, and now I get to do the whole practice on the other side. So lunge down, from there I'm still going to look at you guys through the whole of my arms, plant both hands, then I extend the leg all the way up, trying to create the longest line I can possibly create. From there we drop back down on balance, and then we stand back up into our sway. 1, 2, and 3. And that's just a really nice warm-up for us to hit. Hopefully if you guys have done that, you'll feel a little bit warmer, you'll feel like you've got some of the fundamental positions down. And it's a lot of lefty-righty, but once we get into that pattern of the sway, hopefully the sequences start to kind of come a little bit more naturally. What we're going to do now is we're going to learn some of the kicks in isolation, and then later we're going to try and build those kicks into a sequence, okay? So the first one we're going to learn is a front kick. So it's nice and simple. From our sway, so if I go with my left leg back with hand up, I'm going to literally lift that knee, throw a kick out, and then put it back behind me. Now what I always say, when we're practicing our kicks, we want to make sure I land in that nice posture again. So if we don't land here, then the next thing we do is going to probably get messed up. So it's all about making sure we come back to that sway posture. So right now my left hand's up, left leg is back, right hand's behind my body. Okay? So we're going to do our 5 front kicks. Lift the knee, throw the kick, put it back behind it. 4 more. Kick and back. Kick and back. Make sure we always land with that weight on the front leg. So very quickly I'm able to move out to the other side. So now we're going to do 5 front kicks on the other side. And back. And back. So whatever I kick with has to go back behind me while I maintain that weight on my front leg. So now, we've done 5 on the other side. Let's put into a little sequence. You're now going to do 3 steps and 1 kick. So So here we go, come across, 1, 2, and now on 3, I'm going to kick with my left leg, I'm going to put my left leg back, and I'm going to step across with my left leg. 1, 2, and 3. Kick the right leg goes back, right leg goes across. 1, 2, 3, kick, back, across. 1, 2, 3, kick, back, across. 1, 2, 3, kick, back, across. 1, 2, 3, kick. And so that is a really simple system for learning some of these kicks. We learn them on the left, we learn them on the right, and then we put them into a little 1, 2, 3 sequence so we alternate what side we're on. And what we'll do now is we'll look at another kick. So this one's called wearefitandwell. It's a half moon kick in front of you. It's a half crescent. And the way we set it up is, again, legs behind me, I'm going to open my hip a little bit so I can kick the leg out to the side, and then I'm basically going to swing it up and around across my face. So I'm trying to hit the inside of my foot. And what you find is your arms are going to work a little bit now in terms of counter rotation. So if I start with my left hand up and my left leg back, as I open my hip and I'm going to swing my left leg across my face, my arms are going to go across to my left, and that's going to help me come back to my original position. So let's have 5 of our wearefitandwell kicks. So here we go. Up and around, put it back, check the balance. Are you on form? Is your weight on the front leg? 4 more. 2, put it back. 3, put it back. 4, put it back. 5, and put it back. Now we swap sides. So we're ready on that right leg. Up and around. 1. Big circular kick. Keeping the weight on the ball of that front leg. Check balance. And then 3 steps. 1, 2, 3, 1 kick. Put it back, go across. 1, 2, 3, kick, put it back, go across. 1, 2, 3, kick, put it back, go across. 1, 2, 3, kick, put it back, go across. 1, 2, 3, kick. So that's a really nice, maybe more kind of iconic capoeira kick. One of the ones we're going to have a look at now, it's one of my favourite kicks. It's called queixada, and it translates to chin strike. One of the reasons I like it is an amazing way of opening your hips up. And people obviously very, very tight in the hips through normal lifestyle and work and being sat down too much. So it's a great kick for mobility, and I think it's one of those kicks that once you learn a bit more about capoeira, it sets up a lot of really cool kind of sequences. So in our warm-up, we went from our sway, and I made you guys pivot out into kind of a side-on squat. Now instead of doing a side-on kind of squat, we're going to pivot, and then we're going to do what's called a back step. So I'm going to use my back leg, and I'm going to step towards the camera. Imagine I'm fighting the camera, I'm stepping towards it. And that creates an amount of energy. And that back foot is just kind of next to my heel. From there, I'm going to turn my chest, I'm going to throw my arms, and that's all creating a lot of energy going in that kind of direction. Now if I lift that lead leg, it will come up and round. So that's our queixada. Pivot, step, turn, kick. And what we kind of want to do here is kick with the outside part of my foot. So my toes are pointing up and the height of my kick is in line with the camera. Now the difference with this one, we're not going to do 5 on the left and 5 on the right because it switches stance. So we're going to do them as a normal thing. So if we start left leg back, left hand up, here we go for our first queixada. We're going to pivot. You're going to step forward. You're going to turn your chest and throw your arms. And now that right leg is going to lift up and come around. Okay? Now we slow that one down. This is one of those movements that, like a bike, you throw a bit of momentum into it, it's easier to balance. So, turn, step, turn, kick. And we really reach that leg behind you. So, pivot, step, turn, kick. 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 Now I'm always looking at the camera. That helps me find center. And I'm swinging my leg almost like a baseball bat. Really putting the energy into the wind up and then just let it swing around nice and hard. So that's our queixada kick. Definitely one of my favorites. One of the things to spot is when people first start doing this, they can feel like they're creeping forward. And the reason that happens is they don't reach their leg back enough. And this is really important because it's how we get that lengthening, that opening of the hips. So if you watch my lead leg, this leg, as I bring it down, I really reach it behind me. I found my guard, and that's how I make sure I don't end up traveling forward. It's a better way to do a kick, better way to manage the space, and you get a lot more mobility out of it as well. So let's put that into a sequence. We're going to do 4 steps. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and on 4, pivot, step, turn, kick. And then 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pivot, step, turn, kick, and step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pivot, step, turn, kick. See, because my weight is on that front leg when I land, I can step straight out. 3 and 4. Pivot, step, turn, kick. Weight on the front, step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pivot, step, turn, kick, and step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pivot, step, turn, kick, and that's like your shoulder. So slightly more complicated kick, but once you get into that step pattern, it's an amazing way of building some, kind of explosive energy into your kick. You'll get so much mobility out of it. It's a lot of fun, and you can start to build that into some slightly more complex sequences. But now we're going to have a look at a relatively simple sequence that brings together some of the techniques that we've already learned. So I'm going to show you the complete thing. Just watch this one, because when I get you to follow me, I'm going to break it down a little bit. We're going to learn it a bit at a time. But the whole sequence is going to be from our sway, and I'm going to do a front kick. But now, rather than going backwards, I'm going to step to the side. Drop down into a squat. They call this a coccolina. I've got my head guard up. And from there, I'm going to slide that leg out. And I'm going to go into that handstand practice that we did. From there, I can add in a little press up if I want to. From there, I come back to that balanced position. But now, I've got all this energy in this bent leg. So as I stand up, I'm going to throw it into a round kick. Put it behind me. 1, 2, 3. And we'll end up doing it on the other side. So I'm going to build it out slowly so that you guys can kind of learn it with me, right? So, let's start. Left leg back, left hand up. Front kick. Step to the side. 1, 2. Drop it down into a squat. Slide the leg out. And from there, for our first time around, all I'm going to do is get you guys to stand back up. And I'm back in my swing. 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Throw the front kick. And step to the side. Drop down to that coccolina. Slide the leg out. Hop back up. And we're back up. 1, 2, 3. Kick, step to the side, drop it down, slide it out, pop back up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Front kick, step to the side, drop it down, slide it out, pop back up. And we go. 1, 2, 3. Kick, step to the side, drop it down, slide it out, stop. This is where we're going to add in that cartwheel. Now we get nice and high, heels off the floor, legs nice and straight. If we can add in the press up, just get your shoulders working a little bit, and then we stand back up. 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Front kick, step to the side. Drop down, slide it out, hit that cartwheel hold. Have the press up. Come back down, stand back up. Good to go. 1, 2, 3. Front kick, step to the side. Drop down, hit that cartwheel. Nice and high. All the way down, head taps the ground. Come back up, stand back up. And 1, 2, 3. Front kick, step to the side, drop it down, slide it out, hit that cartwheel, all the way down, all the way up, push back up. And we've got our last round where we add that kick in. 1, 2, and 3. Kick, step to the side, drop it down, come back up, do the handstand, and now, so we've got all this energy in this leg. So we're going to throw it to a round kick. We're going to pivot, lift the leg, extend that kick sideways, put it back, and we go again. 1, 2, and 3. Front kick. Drop it down. Slide it out. Hit that cartwheel. All the way down. Come back up. Now the right leg's going to throw that round. Put it back. Go across. 1, 2, and 3. Front kick. Step to the side. Drop it down. Slide it out. Hit the cartwheel. From there, the left leg throws the round. Come back. 1, 2, 3. Front kick. Step to the side. Drop it down. Slide it out. Pivot, all the way down, right leg goes further around, put it back, and that is a more maybe traditional capoeira conditioning sequence where hopefully bringing together all those elements, the cartwheels, the up and the downs, the kicks, that non-stop movement, your cardio is up. I'm definitely breathing harder, getting a sweat on. The time and attention is huge, and time and attention is how you're going to tone your bodies, and at the same time the focus is on a more explosive tempo. So when we talk about fast twitch muscle fiber or slow twitch muscle fiber, fast twitch muscle fiber being what makes your body be explosive, or your body kind of needs to create more force. One of the most effective ways of toning your body is to focus on fast twitch muscle fiber type exercises. Now that can mean lift really heavy weights, or it can mean move explosively. So for a lot of people, rather than just lifting heavy weights, something like capoeira that's hitting a three-dimensional effect at that faster tempo is an amazing way of creating a great change in the body and tone of your muscles. So definitely a nice system to build into once you get some of these fundamental skills. So that's our sequence. What we're going to finish up with now is what I was calling our cap core conditioning. This is something where if you took floor-based core conditioning and you rubbed a little bit of wild into it and a little bit of capoeira, this is probably what you'd end up with. And I think as a floor-based core conditioning system, it's going to be pretty hard for you to beat in terms of strengthening your waist, strengthening that link between the hips, the trunk, and the shoulders, the three major components of our core. You'll feel so much stronger, but you will see the change in your body shape. So it's a really exciting system. Today, we'll go easy on you, and we'll do 6 repetitions. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but the way the sequence builds up, similar to what we've just done, it'll feel like a decent amount of time and attention again. Okay? So, I'm going to start off with you guys. Obviously, I'm gonna start on my left-hand side, okay? So it means I can kind of see you guys and then I'll alternate from there. But it means that with my cues, I will be saying left and right. So at home, if you're gonna copy me, we're gonna turn to your left first, okay? So what we're gonna do is start in this kind of, supine position. And I'll show you the whole shebang, and then we're gonna learn it bit by bit again, okay? So just watch this one. We are gonna do a sit-up, and then we're gonna straighten the left leg. We're going to put the left hand down. We're going to bridge. We're going to throw a big kick. We're going to put the right hand down. We're going to knee curl forward. We're going to push kick back. We're going to knee curl forward. And we're going to roll back around. Hands on the shoulders. Roll back down. That is the big sequence that we're going to build up to. But to start with, like we've done before, to do a little bit. So with me now for 6 repetitions either side. Here we go. Sit up. Left leg straight. Left hand down. Bridge. And you just want to throw the kick. Bang. Put it back down. Hands and shoulders, roll back down, that's 1. Up we go, left leg straight, left hand down, bridge, kick, back down, hands and shoulders, roll back down. 2, up, left leg straight, left hand down, bridge, kick, push back down, hands and shoulders, roll back down. We go up, left leg straight, left hand down, bridge, kick, and back down. 2 more, sit up, left leg straight, left hand down, bridge, kick, down. Last one, sit up, left leg straight, left hand down, bridge, kick. Sweet. So now, straight to the other side. Sit up, right leg straight, right hand down, bridge and kick, back down, hands on the shoulders, roll back down. Up we go, right leg straight, right hand down, bridge, kick, back down, hands on the shoulders, roll back down. Up we go, right leg straight, right hand down, bridge, kick. Really try to put some melee into that kick as well. Like I said, this is supposed to be a powerful sequence. So I don't want to just kind of move my leg. I want to really throw it up there with some force. This is rep 5. The shoulders roll back down, right leg straight, right hand down, bridge, kick, back down. And now, we keep going, we're going to add it in, left leg straight, left hand down, bridge, kick, and now right hand down, I'm going to knee curl all the way forward. So I want to take my head in front of my hands. From there, I'm going to roll back around, hands on the shoulders, I'm going to go again. So, left leg straight, left hand down, bridge, kick, right hand down, knee curl forward, roll back around, hands on the shoulders, forward left, sit up, left leg straight, left hand down, bridge, kick, right hand down, knee curl forward, roll back round, now flip. It starts to build some really nice rotation into this movement. So anytime we build rotation, you're going to start to create that really nice V-taper to your waist, get your obliques working, and a lot of muscle working. So that's why our temperature goes up. You probably get a little bit of sweat on doing this as well. Last one on this side, big kick, big knee curl, roll back round. Hands on the shoulders, don't waste that lowering phase of the sit-up. Then we go into the right. So right leg straight, right hand down, bridge, kick. And then left hand down, knee curl all the way forward, roll back round. Here we go. Right leg straight, right hand down, bridge, kick, left hand down, knee curl, roll back round. That 4.5 movement in the knee curl is really important. So I'm really trying to send my body weight forward against that nice straight line. This should be rep 4. So 2 left guys. And again, this is where you start to feel what I was talking about, time under tension. And so often we're talking to people about toning their bodies, and they're doing 3 sets of 10, maybe a 60-second set. We're working non-stop here for like 10 minutes. So back onto your left-hand side now. This is the last round. So bridge, kick, right hand down, knee cut. From here, I'm going to push off my arms until my ears are in line with my arms and drive my heel up into the air. Go back to the knee cut, so go all the way forward again. And then I roll around. We're going to do that 5 more times on this side. Left leg straight, left hand down, bridge, kick, right hand down, knee cut, push kick, knee cut, roll back around. Remember, we're here for a bit of power. So that push kick needs to look like a kick and not just a movement up. Bang, knee cut, roll back around. 3 legs. Left leg straight, left hand down, bridge, kick, right hand down, knee cut, push kick, knee cut, roll back around. Left leg straight, left hand down, bridge, kick, right hand down, knee cut, push kick, knee cut. Lost count, so we're going to do one more for love. Sit up, left leg straight, left hand down, bridge, kick, right hand down, knee cut, push kick, knee cut, roll back around. And then we got the 6 reps on the other side, right leg straight, right hand down, bridge, kick, left hand down, knee cut forward, push kick back, knee cut forward, roll back around. That's that forward laugh. We're going to focus on right leg straight, right hand down, bridge, kick, left hand down, knee cut, push kick, knee cut, roll back around, forward, sit up, right leg straight, right hand down, bridge, kick, left hand down, knee cut, push kick, knee cut, roll back around, 3 legs. Sit up, right leg straight, right hand down, bridge, kick, left hand down, knee cut, push kick, knee cut, roll back around, sit up, right leg straight, right hand down, bridge, kick, left hand down, knee cut, push kick, knee cut, roll back around. Last one, right leg straight, right hand down, bridge, kick, left hand down, knee cut, push kick, knee cut, roll back around, and you're done. So, that's one example of a cap core sequence. That's the kind of stuff I always throw in at the end of a Capo Flow workout. And I think as a system, it's an amazing kind of recovery positive workout because you're not creating, I guess, a lot of stress in the body. And I think one of the kind of unsung values in some really good exercise is the increase it has on your circulation, both in terms of your lymphatic system, so encouraging kind of waste and toxins out of your body, but obviously the good stuff, so getting more blood, oxygen, nutrients around your body. And the one thing I say about Capo Flow is however you feel when you come to the session, you leave better. So it's one of those workouts that absolutely gives you energy, you know? And so for me, obviously a career in the fitness industry can sometimes be pretty hardcore on your body. And I think Capo Flow is that one system that saved me from probably a lot of injuries because it's helped me maintain pretty good mobility. It's helped me balance out my workouts from those harder, HIIT, cardio, strength workouts with something that is a little bit softer. But I mean, look at me. I'm sweating. This is a very effective workout, and you can take it to any level you want. You slow it down a bit, you shrink the sequences a little bit. It's an amazing way of developing balance, coordination, toning your muscles, burning fat. I'm sweating, I'm hot, I'm breathing harder. This is going to be an effective workout for a lot of people. It's one of the systems we've run at the Wild Training Gym for a long time, and it's a club favorite because it is a little bit different. It's sexy, it's fun, it's really exciting when you start to learn new skills and you're able to apply them to maybe bigger sequences and start to be a bit more expressive with your workouts. I think that's why I enjoy it, because I think once you've got some of the fundamentals, you almost can't do it wrong. You just gotta have fun with it. So that was a little bit of a demonstration of our Capo Flow system. And for us, all of our workouts are really about making it fun, keeping it effective, and kind of including everybody. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed that one, and thank you to Fit&Well magazine for letting me take over their Instagram. Hopefully you guys have all enjoyed it. I've got another one coming up on Friday, which is another one of our slightly less conventional workout systems called Shaolin Strong. So yeah, if you guys are available, check that one out, and hopefully I'll see lots of you on Friday.